Hello, we have a very distinguished guest today, Mr. Imran Khan. Mr. Imran Khan, Mr. Khan is also a commentator, Chancellor of the University of Bradford. He is also the Goodwill Ambassador of the UNICEF. After retiring from an extraordinary career as a world-class cricketer, where he led Pakistan its first World Cup victory in 1992, Imran set its sights on new goals for the cause that bring a positive and healthy change in the lives of many. Humanitarian efforts has been the establishment of the Shaukat Khanum Memorial Center Cancer Hospital and Research Center. It is the first and only cancer hospital that provides care and was built on public donations. Imran is now building Karachi, Lahore model. It's a fundraiser social. In the wake of recent floods, he founded Imran. Immediate after Imran Khan Foundation managed to with and blankets. Within a few months, the foundation managed the replenishment of destroyed crops to feed over 1 million flood Pakistanis, an ambitious plan that made it 100 phase based entirely on sustainable development. Most recently, on 6 October 2012, Khan led a vehicle caravan of protesters from Islamabad to the village of Kotai in Pakistan's South Waziristan region. The purpose of this demonstration was to protest U.S. drone missiles strikes against militants in the tribal region, including members of the Code Pink, a U.S.-based peace activist. Mr. Khan, welcome. You are a goodwill and peace for in Pakistan.
Yes, you forgot one thing, that I had a political in sweep the next, which is next.
So I will have some questions. You know, there are difficult trouble and conflicts in the Middle East in many countries, including Pakistan. I will ask you, since you're a politician, my first question will be, can you please explain to our viewers the basic ideology
which is my political party, is the same as the ideology of Pakistan. Pakistan is a modern Islamic welfare. That's why fathers of Pakistan. It's the same vision we have as a political party. We want Pakistan a state its people, provides them health, education, justice, employment. Secondly, has where, unlike now, not one law for the rich and one for the rule of law, democracy. And we draw a lot of inspiration from Turkey now under Prime Minister Erdogan. There's actually but we want a humane.
Of course, we want the same thing. We have the same goal. We want Pakistan to be good. We want Turkey to be good. We want all the good. As you know, corruption. What do you think is the and how do you achieve that?
Well, corruption is bad governance. The better your governance, rule of law, the less the corruption. So, world countries are poor not because they don't. The system is very poor, and so a corrupt elite affects the country. Same as the and unfortunately, elite is corrupt, the whole system collapses. So we intend to build strong institutions, depoliticize the bureaucracy, a strong system, independent, and a devolved, in other words, don't want centralized system, a very devolved system of governance. So we have a plan ready, and I think why the majority think we are the best party to lead the country is because they think we are the only party that has a program to end corruption.
Yes. What is the importance and role in that? Because for AK party actually formed they very good success. Do you think
religion, you know, what makes us only can fight materialism. You see, the world is divided into the materialists and the spiritualists. Only spirit makes you look after other human beings, because all religions say the same thing. All religions talk about justice, humane, what we call you care for human beings. Religions say the same thing, as opposed to naked material, which is what has done, become richer and the poor, and the rich countries become richer and the poorer. Human beings, intelligent animals. In animal kingdom, might is right, and it's survival of the fittest. Human society is only human if it has compassion, and it is just
definitely putting in the subconscious mind animal for survival, you will survive by crushing the weak individuals, and conflict is the cause of the progress. This ideas has led to pervert ideas, communism, anarchism, terrorism, on these ideas.
Well, when the so they're like animals do.
Don't do that,
There's a verse in the Quran which says we have as the ultimate beings created by the Almighty. But he says when he drops, when he even falls below the level, not you know, until they are full. But humans, you know, they're incredible. Banking collapse, one of the manifestations of sheer greed. Animals actually only eat until they are. So, fortunately, what we're seeing right now, the base of all war on, I mean, they're to do with terrorism. It was all about throughout history of mankind, always try and use the resource.
Yes, your what do you think is the in from historical experience?
Turkey, there's normally Turkey was more involved. All Turkey was interested was to become European. You know, please be like certain Turks, not all of them. Be like you know, in the last in pride and the revival of Turkey, it's a very welcome for Turkey. Prime Minister lead that unworld. Going away. Very good sign.
Well, there happened in not in the Jordan problem. And Islamic in Pakistan in
The problem the Muslim world faces hardly implement democracy. So what you see in the Arab Spring was the beginning of and we have my party leading the democratic movement. We want pure we want independent justice, we want independent election, we want free and fair election, we want what problem as we are democracy and so forward and then very and amid all the powerful movement with my party as the most popular yearning these dictators and these 100%
ideology back down to nationalism. At the same time, he was a Marxist. What was a Marxist? So Marxism was controlling many Muslim countries and generated around radicalism. Muslims got fragmented, they got divided. Haram, Allah said, hold fast the rope. That's old Quran. So coming together, for example, if Pakistan and other people bring peace, wealth, and then knowledge in our region.
In some sense, they are quite close to him. Except that they are atheists. But actually, what egalitarian society. You look at the Islamic society, in ever welfare state in the history of mankind. The responsibility the widows, orphans, handicapped. Some idea started with Islam. In India, there was this great called. If you read, it's close but there will be society and take responsibility for right. But the only thing is, not they became atheists, or they also did. And so therefore they were with the what we need, needs to be a revival of the thinking of original thinking. And by original thinking, I mean, what was that
it appears it's very problems is unity. Muslims together. For example, if Pakistan and Turkey will unite, the other countries will definitely follow that. But this will remember at the time. There was of course, it was a military model. We don't need Ottoman Empire's model today. It's a more democratic in a better way. However, there was unity, and there was no bloodshed, no problems. So Allah has shown a model, actually, and at the time, for example. So, do to strengthen the bonds between will lead to countries.
Turkey always had a very and it goes back to the movement in India movement. You know, there was a big movement to Turkey was being all sides when your great Kemal Atatürk at the time, you know how he saved a lot of movement people, collected money from in India, Pakistan, and Turkey. Turks and there has always been a close bond with the people. The problem with the Muslims is you bonding or you like European. As long as the Muslim world don't become democracy, the moment they become democracies, they will desire cooperation. Dictatorships and non-democrats ruling the Muslim world, and people can't express. The Muslim countries can be manipulated, and they can each other.
And this will come. To consider democratic state, and how do you feel this can be in Pakistan, but through
democratic freedom to the people. If for democracy, every political want their votes. So in order to get their votes, they will have to give them, you know, complete rights and freedoms, which the more country, the more for the democratic, the quality.
Yes, and inshallah, we believe with our collaboration, people will, like yourself, for example, and other scholars, this will open the way to a with no conflict, bloodshed. So our private, inshallah, about these times is that Allah is changing the economic crisis, Arab Spring, things are happening, make us feel there is a directional change in the world. Allah is forcing the people to be more religious, compassionate, merciful, tolerant to each other, inshallah, for unity.
You see, the more greed takes over the world, the more materialistic, the more feel inside them there's something missing. Because just because you're well off doesn't mean an inner content comes from when the body is balanced. So if you just look after your bodily desires, you're all are imbalanced. That's why and and I have much time in the Western societies. I have just by itself where the materialism, and they think that this is. After a while, they realize. So there is something, and the only thing fill this this void the Muslim society is such a bad state right now. Muslims are such bad examples that Islam that can. But I think gradually, as you see a revival in light Muslim world, you'll see that in a different way.
Definitely, your Islamophobia, because in many bigotry, which is not real Islam, but real Islam, but also you're right. I mean, action from the war, replace and Islamic, for example.
The money will give you happiness. Reach a point in their life they thought, and the more egalitarian, more chances of the more in the society.
Allah and our from Torah, because it was from a rabbi, but criticism as an atheist, of course, in the country, blunted in the essence of the comment, but in the Abrahamic religions, the compassion, mercy, love, tolerance, need, see that.
In the Quran, Allah sent a message to all human beings. Islam actually accepts people, and the basic message is claimed everywhere. Compassion, and second is to be. Two messages have gone to all human society. Now, man for personal self-interest has been ordered. The original but it was ordered. This thing, people. So same it is in a way the rich get richer, the poor are the rich. The rich made billions and the poor so every ideology can, but in religion provides.
Well, terrorism, problems, and conflict in Iraq and Africa, and is very important and between the Muslims and how can
Muslim societies are threatened, and the way when they pick up arms. But within the Muslim side, you and then you should be divided. There are people who divide the Muslim side for their own personal self-interest.
And there are bigger people. The solution is not killing people.
Look, scholars who my inspiration to was the one who he did narrow-minded or do what employment when in Pakistan you on more, there are more people follow them. But in Pakistan
And relations between and do part in this regard.
Singing, the longer they're going, try not religion alone. It's Pashtun nationalism. Basically, Pashtuns are fighting on both, fighting. So basically, they're operating from the Pashtun belt within. And also, they're Pashtun fighting. That the U.S. has to leave, not moment that happens, things down. I think because they got massive anti-Americanism. The more the more. So it breeds extremism. It is against laws. Of sitting on a TV screen and being, and what happens? A lot of innocent people, who in the tribal area, a warrior, all go and join the. It's totally because they think they can have all the money and yet they don't have happiness. This actually comes from satisfied, and the soul is satisfied when you all the religions say have the more responsibility of other human beings, which is the message of all religions. And giving that people have this content. If you keep materialism does and live for yourself, you're going to be eventually very unhappy.
Alhamdulillah. By talking to you, we see a person with wisdom, mashallah, education, behaving according to the Quran, and they want to be peace for democracy, freedom. Inshallah, may Allah your way. And so this will lead to unity in Turkey, Egypt, to a Turkish-Islamic peace to the entire world, because this unity will also.
You know, Islam is all-encompassing. It's an inclusive religion. Yeah, is like it's Rabbul Alameen, human beings. So I think that's the basic message. It's where you think of others, you things. It is actually a thing that can counter this material, the naked material that is causing so much damage. Consumerism, which is causing environmental to the it is basic spirituality.
We're coming to this beautiful conversation. You have your last message for Turkey.
I hope one day get out of the mess we are all in, and Turkey is doing, mashallah, very well. I'm optimistic. I think it's on the way of getting out of our situation.
Inshallah. Inshallah. We are coming, inshallah. In 10 years, inshallah, the world will be very different. We will remember these days. All the bloodshed will be a golden age is coming, inshallah.
You know, faith has created hopelessness.
Right.
It's optimism.
Pleasure and honor to have you. Thank you very, very much.